I'm having the biggest first world problem anyone could ever have. Like, I don't think anyone can beat me. If we're doing the first world problem Olympics, I think I win. But it's a problem. Even good problems are problems. Before I get into this, if this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. If you've been here before, you've seen my face before, welcome back. Thank you so much for subscribing. I've seen your subscription. If you've subscribed, that is a hard word for me to say today. If you've subscribed, I've seen your subscription. Thank you and welcome to the community. I love having you here. I'm thinking about you every single day. What value I can bring, what video I can record, where I can record it. And if you left me a comment, I made sure I'm up to date with replying my comments. If you left me a like, I love you. It feels like a virtual hug. Thank you so much. Keep them coming. But my first world problem is I don't know where in the world to go next. I know how that sounds. So if you don't know, I'm on a year-long sabbatical. Yes, I quit my job to take a sabbatical, to take a career break, to what else? I'm calling it an adult gap year. I'm calling it a mini retirement, whatever you're comfortable with. Sure, that's what I'm doing. Basically, just quit my job and I'm making space to do lots of stuff, learn lots of stuff, and see lots of places while slow traveling. I'm trying to slow it all down and just yeah, more like live in a lot of places than jump around. That said, in my sabbatical so far, I've been to I think this is my 15th country. So I started in, the sabbatical has been so amazing for me. I want to start there. I want to start with a whole lot of gratitude. And if it looks like I'm holding my camera, I am. I couldn't find a stand. I'm not traveling with my tripod, so we're doing it the old school way. I just found a corner and I'm sitting by the window, listening to the trees and talking to you. Okay. So my sabbatical has been a lot of fun. I want to start with gratitude because that's what I feel every single day. When I started my sabbatical, I didn't plan the whole thing out. I remember my sister, my lovely sister, telling me she wanted a plan. She wanted me to lay it all down. Where was I planning to go, etc. And I just felt this feeling that I didn't want to plan everything. I'm typically more of a planner, to be honest. It makes me feel more comfortable when I have a plan. Makes me feel more in control of things when I have a plan. But I, for some reason, wanted to do something different. It's my first sabbatical. It's my first time quitting my job just to be. And I didn't even know why I decided to do it. I just had this strong feeling to do it, and so I decided to do it. Like, I don't even think, wait, March, April, okay, about 2 months after the idea came to my mind, 2.5 months, I had quit my job. So this isn't something I've been planning for a long time. I just had this fresh idea and everything was like aligned. I could afford it. I don't have a partner or kids or anything really tying me down to anywhere, and so I was like, let's go. And so I've been on the sabbatical for 9 months. Oh my god, we're going on 9.5 months. That's crazy. Over 9 months, almost 9.5 months, which means I'm coming to the end of it, which also means it means a lot of things. It means I'm coming to the end of it, but it means I've gotten to see the places I kind of had roughly in my mind. Okay, I'm gonna go back to say I didn't plan the whole thing. I remember my brain, I didn't plan the whole thing out. When my sister asked for a plan, I kind of planned the first 3 months, And so I planned exactly where I found myself, where I ended up going. My first stop was Mexico. That's in North America, as we know. My next stop, I kind of was going, what is that? North, south, east. I kind of was going east. After Mexico, I went to Peru. It was my first time in the South American continent, so I went to Peru. My idea was that I wanted to see 2 world wonders in August, and I was setting out on the road on the last day of July. So I was like, 2 world wonders in August sounds like what a life. So I set out to do it. I saw Mexico and Peru in August. That was my August. And then early September, I moved over to France. The reason I won, and so that's Europe. Now we're talking the third continent. Europe I had been to already at least 6 times. So Europe I'm not new to. I also didn't plan to spend a lot of time in Europe because I've already been to a lot of Europe, a lot of countries. Well, I don't know what's a lot, but I've been to at least 13 countries in Europe. And so the only reason I went to France was because I've been learning French. J'apprends le français, je veux pratiquer, je veux améliorer mon français. France. Yeah, so I've been learning French, and je veux, well, past tense. I wanted to improve my French. I wanted to practice and improve my French through a French immersion in France. So what better time than to spend 2 months immersing myself in the French culture and language with the people, basically fighting for my life in French. And so I did that. What a dream. It was my second time going to France on a French immersion trip. You know what, I have to do a video on that. I'm gonna make a note to do a video on that. Okay, coming soon. If you're interested in language learning or just in my time in French or my French immersion travel, because it was my second time going to France for French immersion. Now, when I was there, because I'm in Europe, there's nothing to do than to learn French and to see things. So I also popped into Germany. I hadn't been to Germany before. I popped into Switzerland. It was my 3rd time in Switzerland, so not new to me, but I went to a different part. I went to Basel. And then I went to Spain. It was also my 3rd time in Spain, so not new to me. But I went to Barcelona. I hadn't been to Barcelona, so that was new to me. And so that's the interesting thing about travel. There's always stuff to see. Okay, so all of that being said, oh wait, that was my Europe time. Next, I took myself, oh wait, so that's where my planning stopped. That was my first 3 months of my sabbatical, if you're keeping track. First month was in, well, month and a bit was in Mexico and Peru, and then I spent 2 whole months in France, in 2 different regions of France. I believe a video is coming on that. Okay, and now on France and the Europe countries I just mentioned. After that, well, that's when my planning ended. I only planned 3 months. My rough plan though was, hey, it will be great to see Southeast Asia, it will be great to travel Southeast Asia, but I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a flight to the next place I was going. I didn't have a route or an itinerary. I didn't know I wanted to see this place first and then this place next. I was just like, we'll travel Southeast Asia. And so when my time in France was wrapping up, and how did I know my time in France was wrapping up? It started getting cold. Your girl does not like the cold. I know I'm Canadian. I do not like the cold. So that's another topic for another day once again. Okay, so I left France and Europe. I left in the end of October. Last day of October, first day of November, I flew into Vietnam. I just found a flight. Actually, yeah, I just found a flight But how I planned that was I had a volunteer opportunity. I've been volunteering with some organization. I had an opportunity in anyway, in a country in Asia, but there's some political unrest in that country. It became unsafe for us to go, and so my trip was canceled. So I planned Vietnam as a result of that trip, saying I was going to fly from Vietnam to where I was going to volunteer, but that got canceled. And roughly in my mind I said I wanted to go to Bali as well, after that trip. But then I kind of had an open calendar, and so right after Vietnam I spent 3 whole weeks there. I went to Thailand, also spent 3 weeks in Thailand, and then from Thailand I moved to Vietnam. I traveled it, again, these videos are to come, but I traveled it north to south. I made 4 stops along the country. I even went to the island called Phu Quoc. It was a great time. Thailand, I went to Bangkok. I went to one of the islands called Koh Chang, and back to Bangkok before I left for Bali. Bali was always on my mind, and I kind of knew I wanted to spend Christmas in Bali. I wasn't sure about New Year's, but I was like, hey, Christmas in Bali sounds like a good plan. And so Christmas in Bali it was. I took myself to Bali right after Thailand. I spent almost a month. I spent about a month in Bali. I was like 2 days short of a month or so. So Bali I soaked in. I was there for a while, moving all around the island, just you know Bali if you know Bali. From Bali I spent Christmas there and the New Year there, and after Bali I went to Cambodia. From Cambodia I went to, where did I go after Cambodia? Oh, I went to Malaysia. From Malaysia I went to Singapore. From Singapore I went to have I said the Philippines, which makes up, if you're counting, hopefully I said them all, which makes up 7 Southeast Asian countries that I've visited. And then from the Philippines, after, again, all these countries I try to travel it quite a bit. Like I try to hit up different places. A video to come on that, or videos to come on that, if you're interested in travel and my experience as a single solo female traveler. As a solo female traveler, black solo female traveler is what I want to say. And then from the Philippines I made myself here to Australia. Great thing. Now this is my 3rd new continent, because I hadn't been to where else? Where did I say? I hadn't been to South America or Asia or Australia before my sabbatical. So my sabbatical is just opening me up to the world, which is exactly what I wanted from this time traveling. That said, all that said, I have no idea where to go next. The natural, maybe not, but some places I was thinking about will be Japan and South Korea. But when I looked at the weather, I know cherry blossom season in Japan, but it's gonna be like it will be double digits, but it'll be very low. That's my reminder, I need to head out somewhere. It will be double digits, so it'll be 11, 12. I think the highest I saw was 13 degrees. That's cold. Remember, I just said your girl does not like cold, so I'm not really, again, of course I would love to visit Japan. I can always come back. I can always, go to Japan. I believe that's the way I see the world. The next thought was South Korea. South Korea is even colder. South Korea today is -3 degrees. The next 14 days to a month, it's gonna be single digits, like 8, 9, maybe there was a 10 in there, but it's cold. cold. Right now today it's 28 degrees Celsius, if you know what that is. In I think it even was maybe 32 earlier. It's hot here, and this is what I like. If you hate the heat, we're talking about me. So there goes Japan and South Korea. Where in the world should I go next? Keeping in mind, I don't even know what I'm keeping in mind. I'm kind of feeling like at this stage of my sabbatical, I want to like stay in one place for like a longer period of time. Well, or maybe as long as some places, like 3 weeks in a country. So I'm kind of looking for a maybe cozy tropical kind of island. I also have a lot of life admin I have to get to. I have to file my taxes. I have to look for a job, people, or at least I need to figure out how I'm gonna start earning money sometime this year, because my sabbatical is gonna be over. And remember, I said I quit my job. So there's job searching, there is filing of taxes. If you're in the US or in Canada, you know this is tax season. There's also other things that I have to kind of be in front of my computer to get done, or to think about, to plan, to dream up. So I don't know where to go. Where in the world? First world problem. I don't know where in the world to go to just have like cafe days, eat good food, good weather, stay there for long, not be bothered. Like, I'm kind of at the stage in my sabbatical. Yes, I love to see new things, but I've seen a lot of new things. So I need to like sit with myself, do some work, some life work, journal. I just intro, what is the word? Introspect? No, like basically like reflect and like look a little bit inward, plan. So I don't know where to go. I don't know if I want to leave this. I think I'm done with Southeast Asia. I think 7 countries is good for now. The only places I really would have liked to go is Laos and Brunei. Just, I don't know what on earth is in Brunei. That would have been fun to go, but I don't know, I tried to find a flight to Laos. Nothing ever looked, it didn't just feel like the right time, to be fair. And every single place I've been seems right. Like, I do not regret everywhere I've been till date. So let me know, where in the world should I go? It's a great problem. But also leave me a comment. Where in the world do you want to go? Where are you dying to go? And yeah, I'll let you know if I've been there, what I think, or we'll just share ideas. Maybe someone else also feels the same way. Okay, that was me talking a lot. I've gotta go. Thank you so much for watching my video. I will be back very, very soon. I think about you every single day. I'm just living with a family, a very lovely family, and have been spending a lot of time with people, which is a good thing. And so just sneaking a moment to talk to you again today, but I'll be back very soon. Okay, have a lovely day. I'll see you soon. Bye.